Silva, what the heck is this?
Pull up, hop out, you don't wanna step into our house. You know we the gang cause we got clout. Don't step to the crew, you get knocked out. You get this blade, we're death. You get this blade, we're death. You get this blade, we're death. You get this blade, we're death.
Back from the dead and I'm honored to fight like a noble phantasm that hunts you at night. You don't wanna try me, a demigod. I might keep your head on tight when I got the pipe. Because back in my day, warriors were brave. All these masters want here's a boring slave. I spearhead this war, you sit back and wait. Throw a javelin, see what archer's afraid. This Celtic warrior is taking shots. Don't get attached, cause I'll break your heart. I'm guaranteed to die, now don't make me start. I'd rather stab myself than let you slay my part. See, I fight to win, you know it's in my nature. When I move too fast for you lens of haters. Use a different shaft to hunt women later. You be screwed with just a tip, ass saber.
Shot through the sky is the angel of scorn. The known new devil with swords for his horns. He shot that up, pop up, smash like the course. Stick my blades in your eyes and you'll see what's in store. The world on my back, there's no bond, I won't break any step that you take. It's a major mistake. Mark a god between his eyes and bring heart to the floor. She'll answer that he'll be a pile of gold. Ha! Silence is a shadow when I steal your girl. Make a sword and arrow as I see it twirl. Call me lucky liar as a plot unfurl. Bow to your lord cause you're just an earl. Went from a boy to a hero. Gave up on the parts that are Shiro. Shut up to the villains, it's zero. This is the result of your fate, zero.
Pull up, hop out, you don't wanna step into our house. You know we the gang cause we got clout. Don't step to the crew, you get knocked out. You get this blade, we're death. You get this blade, we're death. You get this blade, we're death. You get this blade, we're death.
Bow to the king of the night, swinging to win it, that will is my pride. Stand in the way, be set up in my stride. Don't need no round table, divide you like pie, yeah. Try me once in the future, Pendragon back in the prophetic room. A servant or not, I'm from rock, I'm the ruler. Heroic spirit, not one you should jewel, yeah.
Yeah, it's the king of heroes and they want me to prove it. Barely trying, yet I'm still never losing. Half a god, I'm also half a human. Exponential power, I don't know what to do with. They measure the skill, yeah, I have it. I'll get in their head till the end, I'm just backing. I'll take any weapon I got in my catalog when I open up the gates into Babylon.
God is victory, shooting winds I provide. Open that'll stay, to glory I'll guide my basundere. But boy, my beauty can't hide, it's all a part of me. The power inside.
Yeah, watch me rock arrogance, tear it up with my chariot and my warriors. Bringing order with Gordius, the will, the skill to kill, I'm swarming up. Yeah, so fast when I jump cast, ain't nuts when I act with the phantasm. I'm a king, living with the pride of heart. Just remember the name of Miss Kendall.
Pull up, hop out, you don't wanna step into our house. You know we the gang cause we got clout. Don't step to the crew, you get knocked out.
You get this blade, we're death. You get this blade, we're death. You get this blade, we're death.
It's a stupid one the mic tonight. French honey that'll make you wanna stay the night. Got a sword that'll be your script tonight. 12 hits and you'll be out, that's right. I'm the last night of the king that is struggle mate. I'll only rapper, you think you got goals to get fight for my life in the world that I know your name. Got a secret that'll go and shock your brain.
Hey, what's your fade? With the second, you going great. Stick 'em up, hit 'em up, she going loony. She pulling through for the way. I do the same for my riders. Hey. School you on cue, no advisor. Hey. You should've just been it wiser. Hey. Two on me, now it's goodbye, sir.
Nom, Jean d'Arc, m'envoie son dette, je crois leaving my mark. I was called by the Lord, come forth and stand apart. I am a ruler, righteous in my heart, I'm so holy. Scripture by men does not own me. I was called on to act only in humility, honesty, purity, faith, you shall know me.
Get wet, tall bastard with the big blade. All action, it's cold passion, you caught that, you get instead. What? A rank in the fans, global, the name's known to bring dread. Hydra, I'm full of peace, I'm a priest, I'm a Christ, taking name of your head. Yeah!
Pull up, hop out, you don't wanna step into our house. You know we the gang cause we got clout. Don't step to the crew, you get knocked out.
You get this blade, we're death. You get this blade, we're death. You get this blade, we're death. You get this blade, we're death.
Pull up, hop out, you don't wanna step into our house. You know we the gang cause we got clout. Don't step to the crew, you get knocked out.
You get this blade, we're death. You get this blade, we're death. You get this blade, we're death. You get this blade, we're death.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ravencast. I am your host, Lord Triton, and today we are doing the first day of the July Super Marathon. I'll be streaming every single day for the 4th of July since it is the 250th anniversary. We got a lot of topics to get into already. We got a full docket. Go ahead and catch up with the chat since, I'm the only one here tonight since I kind of woke up too late. My panelists are already asleep, so we get a solo show. Talk shit about Kyle. You mean Hugin? You mean the gay PDD, BBD, pedo, the guy that was flirting with gay little boys on Instagram? It's like, that's the thing. He doesn't even stream. It's like, when is he going to stream? When is Hugin going to even stream? Like, that guy doesn't even stream. All he does is gang stalk Ethan Ralph. All he does is he literally said Ethan Ralph was his inspiration and literally flip-flopped on that. It's like Hugin's just a nobody. He's a nobody sucker. He's a piece of shit. He's a wife beater. Like, there's literally so much against this guy. Like, literally, Hugin's just a piece of shit. Alejandro Timms is watching. I know where he lives. You want to know what's funny? He actually doxed himself multiple different times. In fact, there's this one time where he got his mom to get on the call. Like there's so many stuff against those people. Like, those people are definitely retarded and stupid. In fact, before we go ahead and get into the topics, let's see what good old Hugin's up to. Let's see. What's the host that never streams is up to today? The host that never streams. You know, the ghost that never lies? Hugin is the host that never streams. Let's see. You could say you may not like what I'm saying, but you can't say I'm wrong. Well, you are wrong, because you say Ethan Ralph's a rapist. There's no evidence against that. In fact, you told me years ago that shit wasn't true. So yeah, we can say you're wrong. See, I could say you're wrong about almost everything, dude. You were literally, I remember one time he was in my replies defending Tommy Robinson, saying Tommy Robinson was an anti-Zionist, and then I look and all Tommy Robinson's doing is sucking up to the Zionists. It's like, bro, you're literally wrong about the most obvious things. Like, you're clearly fucking retarded. I remain solo. Well, you don't remain solo. You have all the anti-trite A-logs in your corner. You have the Ralph A-log corners. You have the Mersh people. You cozy up to Mersh. You're far from solo, dude. You're far from solo. This guy is far from solo. He's just a flip-flopping BBD bipolar maniac. That's all he is. As I said, it's like watching a Lois. He's basically just seething. Same thing about the casino. Ralph won't just snake every one of you, but he'll sell you out to save himself as well. Enjoy your look. Oh, you mean how you sold me out and you basically stabbed me in the back all because I wouldn't cut off Ethan Ralph? Like, there's so many people trying to get me to do a stream on you, and I didn't do a stream, but yet you decide to snake me anyways. You know, I just don't know if I could hold myself back anymore. Some things are just too funny not to cover, like how you have a bald head and that you also obsess over other grown men and you flip-flop and you also apparently beat your wife. Like, come on, dude. Something else that is just amusing watching Ralph supporters run to him with info about Josh, but never considering the fact that the information's good enough. Ralph will trade it for favors like he has in the past. Just like how when people try to give you information on Pod Awful, you ended up stabbing Mersh in the back plenty times. Remember that? Remember how he stabbed Mersh in the back and then crawled back to Mersh like 3-4 times? Yeah, we all remember that. Jew John. That's how you know you have nothing that isn't worth anything, because it's actually something that could damage Josh. Ralph wouldn't have covered it. What do you mean? Ralph covers stuff. He covered the whole girlfriend scandal and everything last night. What you talking about? Fucking retard. So you say you remain solo, but then you're retweeting the fucking e-girl See, that's another thing. You claim to hate Ethan Ralph, but yet you're retweeting a girl that literally just 2 days ago said she wanted Ralph's dick and keeps DMing Ralph to forgive him, to forgive her and all that. She even said she hated you, bro, in Ralph DM. She said she hated all you Ralph A-logs, yet you still simp for her. Do you want Ralph's sloppy seconds? Is that why you keep retweeting her, Hugen? Is that why you keep doing this? Because you want sloppy seconds? Listen, we don't shit on cocaine. Wait a minute. Why is Hugen telling me to cut off Ethan Ralph, but he's retweeting Nick Recator, a guy that literally had his daughter tested positive for cocaine? You want to play the moral fag game, Hugen? Why are you friends with Nick Recator, a guy that abuses his kids? You say Ralph abuses his kids, but this guy literally had his kids taken away from him because he gave them crack. He literally gave them crack, did orgies, and did all this shit and abused the fuck out of his kids. Yet here you are retweeting a child abuser. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? This guy is so hypocritical. Like, if you keep looking on his Twitter, he's just so hypocritical. See, he's retweeting Mr. Medicare, but it's like, do y'all remember, like the Hugen experts in the chat, do y'all remember that this guy actually used to be pro-Medicare, so pro-Medicare? He used to be, so anti-Medicare. He used to call Medicare a pedophile for when Medicare did that whole fuck up and said that he wants to go and fuck 6-year-old lollies. Hugen called Medicare a pedophile, but now here he is retweeting a guy that he thinks is a pedo. So that's the thing. Hugen says, I defend pedos and all that. Obviously, that's not true, but it's like, you're the one that's doing that, bro. You're the one that's doing that. You're the one that's defending this shit, you fucking weirdo piece of shit. It's amusing to me that Ralph supporters keep crying on alt, but it's dead for you guys over there. You guys can keep seething about it. Your dinosaur is done. He's dead as a fucking doodle, mate. Hope you enjoyed those previous reposts. All right, hold on. I actually want to pull up something with this, right? He keeps on shitting on Ralph supporters and keeps on like saying that Ralph supporters are gay, that they are pedo supporters and all that, right? But what if I told you this guy used to be the biggest kiss ass to Ralph out of anybody you know? Right? Like I got so many of this shit archived. So let's go ahead, take off the Twitter, and let's go ahead and also who the fuck is this? Who is Moon of Death? Who is this?
I love you, big man.
What? You're up there? Don't you have work tomorrow?
Yeah, I just come in to say I love everybody here. You're all a bunch of great people. Thank you for always having me on, Triton. Big ups, Triton. He is the man.
Of course, day one to the super party. Are you planning on staying on the stream, or do you have to go to bed?
I'd probably fall asleep. That probably wouldn't be a good idea.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on for the shine. Hopefully, you have your good luck of 15 seconds of fame. Now I'm going to go back and roast Hugen and cover the books and minifigs and do the show. But appreciate you coming on, Jim.
I love you guys. You're all great people.
You have a good rest of your night, my friend. So I did not know who the fuck Jim always comes in with these names. I was like, who the fuck is Buddha? All right, let's go ahead and keep on with the Hugen exposure just for a little bit. Let's see. Hugen Warren. So let's go to the top. Right here. And then we can, you know what? Should we go over why we had a beef? You know what? Let's just go over the full thing, all right? So, Hugen comes and says, you run around for a rapist and pedo for attention, talking about Ethan Ralph. Little does he know, we actually have full-on screenshots of him running around for the same guy that he claims to be a pedo and a rapist. We'll get to that in a moment. Like, no, I'm not going to ignore this anymore. You're going to answer why you think it's okay to run around for a pedo rapist while trying to hold others accountable like everyone else. You're not getting special treatment anymore. I'm sick of you pathetically watching you retweet Ethan Ralph. I don't care. You'll just get known to be a sweeper for a rapist and pedo like Funny, basically one of his other friends. And then he goes on to go at Mr. K too, saying that you try to run around holding the forums and Josh accountable. You also want to hold Worski accountable, but not Ralph. Do any of these people I've listed not understand whatsoever the level it has made me so disinterested? Well, let's see. Pedo rapist, how about you get some proof? I've stayed out of your beef with Ralph and a lot of the sector people trying to get me to come after you, and I have declined. Now you used to clip for Ralph, and you're the one that has brought me on this side of the internet along with S&T. That's the thing. Here's another revelation, right? This guy was the one who told me who Ethan Ralph was. This guy, well, not told me who Ethan Ralph was, but he was the one that told me to support Ethan Ralph because I was in the commentary community and I heard all these rumors. He was the one that told me these rumors are not true. He's the one that told me that hey, Ethan Ralph's a good guy. He used to clip for Ethan Ralph, and he got a lot of me and the S&T people into liking Ethan Ralph. He used to be Ethan Ralph's biggest clipper. But all of a sudden now he wants to call Ethan Ralph a pedo rapist all because Ralph fucking doesn't like him anymore. It's all fucking gay and stupid. This guy's just so fucking retarded. You want make sure to ask about his gay porn Instagram. That's another thing. What's up with that? There's allegations of Hugin apparently fucking following. All right, let's get to the Ralph stuff, right? So, Hugin wants to claim Ralph is some pedo rapist, that all of his supporters are pedos and rapists and all that, right? What's this? Twitter Geek at Hugin123, March 28th, 2024. At the Ralph Retort hosts a large panel debate surrounding the topic of religion with No More News, Adam King Show, King Bayou, Slave Lemony, and Redeem Zoomer. Massive thank you to the Adams and Ralph. They spent months setting up this panel, and it's really paid off. Whoa. I thought Ralph was some pedo rapist. Why are you thinking a pedo rapist according to you? Like, what the fuck is this? Why are you kissing up to a guy that you're calling a pedo? That doesn't make sense. Oh, wait. There's more. At the Ralph Retort digs more into Andy Worski's diaper fetish. Whoa, why is he clipping Ralph right here? Is that a clip segment? Whoa, I thought this guy was a pedo rapist. Why are you clipping for... So, two things can only make sense, chat. Only two things can make sense. And two things only, right? It's either Hugin was knowingly clipping for a pedo and a rapist and a sex offender, or Hugin knows that it's not true, that those were fake allegations, and that he's just calling this guy a pedo rapist after because he's having a beef with him. Either way, Hugin is disingenuous. Either way, this guy has no fucking morals, no fucking leg to stand on, no nothing at all to stand on. And it's like, why is he being the one trying to say, oh, I don't like Ethan Ralph, he's a rapist and all this. But then he's the one that is doing, like, it's just so fucking stupid. It's so dumb. Like, this guy is literally a hypocrite. He's a hypocritical piece of fucking shit. Oh, what? Oh, hold on. Fucking what? Hold up. There we go. Doesn't it fucking, man, I fucking hate StreamYard sometimes. So I'm trying to go on Twitter at the same time. Hold on. But that's the thing. It's just like, that's the thing. It's like, Hugin wants to say that Ralph is a pedo and a rapist, but it's like, here he is literally clipping. There's more examples. There's way more examples, right? This one, right? During the kill stream, the Ralph Retort discovers that Andy Worski's a homosexual. Whoa, I thought Ralph was a rapist. Why? That's the thing. Why are you using a quote-unquote rapist to go after a homosexual? That doesn't make sense. Here's more examples. Here's a whole list. In fact, here's this too. Ralph invites Hugin to get on the kill stream to be a co-host, right? Hugin's not saying, oh, I can't because you're a rapist or because you've done this or because your controversy is too big. Here's Hugin's response. Whenever the quote-unquote rapist tells him to come on the show, here's Hugin. Anytime, I'd love to. And massive thank you for the invite. Whoa. I thought this guy was a rapist. I thought this guy was a convicted sex offender. I thought this guy was a criminal. I thought this guy was the worst person online. Why the fuck are you literally telling him you'll go on his show? Why are you trying to take the co-host position from him if he was a pedo and a rapist? Because that's the thing. These allegations have been made since 2022. So it's not like you can make the argument, I didn't know back then, 2024. It's like these allegations were made back in 2022, even 2020. So it's like you can't say you don't know about the allegations. He used to defend Ralph on these allegations all the fucking time. It's like, why are you sitting there now calling him a rapist when you used to be his biggest fucking clipper and you literally said you would come on to his show and be a co-host? And then there's him talking about him liking being divorced. He's like, Ember Lily, you want to keep doing this stupid shit where you mention my divorce? I quite like being divorced. I have since had more money, more freedom, and a far better sex life, like the shit I've done in the bedroom since I left her. Is nothing short of wow. You haven't done anything in the bedroom since you left your wife, dude. In fact, you had a new girlfriend, Raven, and she even confirmed you didn't have sex with her, bro. You didn't even have sex with your girlfriends. You didn't even have sex with any woman. What are you talking about? So, yeah. That's the whole Kyle segment, Hugin segment. And, yeah, he's just so fucking stupid. He's so fucking dumb. He's a fucking retard. He's a piece of shit. He has no morals, no leg to stand on, no nothing. He's just a piece of fucking shit. He used to cry about, he used to clip Ethan Ralph. Now he's, going mad and saying that, oh, everyone that supports Ethan Ralph's a fucking rapist. It's like, that's the thing, bro. Don't make me go out your whole Kiwi thread. I'm just doing this because you talk shit about me and I'm talking shit about you. And I'm exposing to everyone how you are a fucking hypocrite. You're a fucking hypocrite. You're a fucking loser. And that's another thing, too. I'm not going to name them because I'm not trying to give them attention, but all your new fans, all the anti-Triton people, they used to literally use you as a talking point, saying that you're some serial doxer that needed to be disavowed and deplatformed, and now you're running with those guys because you're a weak, pathetic cuck. You're a weak, pathetic cuck. You're a piece of shit. You have no leg to stand on, and you are 100% felted. Go fuck yourself. You're a piece of shit. Maybe you stop going after your friends and betraying everybody and stop being a piece of shit. And maybe people would actually like and respect you for once, bro. People would like and respect you if you stop betraying your friends, stop flip-flopping on standards and shit. Like, if you stop being a flip-flopping piece of shit and stop being a BBD schizophrenic that just freaks out on everybody, maybe people would like you more. But the problem is, it's like you just have no leg to stand on. You have no morals. You have no nothing at all. You have nothing. You are just a piece of shit. Go ahead, stream this. Go ahead, clip it and fucking try to come at me. You're just a piece of shit. The sector's united on one thing, is that nobody fucking likes you, bro. Nobody likes you. So many people have been begging me to do this fucking segment shitting on you. And I'm finally doing it, because why the fuck not? Why not? Why not do a fucking segment shitting on you? Because you are a piece of fucking shit. Nobody respects you. Not even Mersh respects you. Mersh fucking hates you. Everyone hates you. You just need to just get off the fucking internet, bro. The internet's not for you, dude. You can't handle it. You couldn't even handle getting on a conversation with me, bro. So yeah, go fuck yourself. Anyways. So yeah, that's the end. Oh shit. Fuck. So that's the end of that. That's the Hugin segment. Hopefully everyone enjoyed it. That was the segment of me shitting on Hugin. We'll do more of these whenever he does more shit that's just, worth laughing at. But yeah, that's the huge segment. Go to the YouTube chat. All right, anyway, so now we covered the huge segment. Now we get to cover bricks and minifigs, what people really came here for. Bricks and minifigs. Cool. Bricks and minifigs. So apparently, Bricks and Minifigs has decided. So apparently, so now Bricks and Minifigs has decided to give the Legos back, supposedly. That's the thing. Apparently, they decided to give back the fucking Legos, supposedly. We're going to go ahead and cover that. Apparently, Dog Zero is stream sniping this. What's up, Dog Zero? That's the thing. Like, if you want to call in and have a talk about Hugin, we can, because there's just a lot to get into. This is kind of last minute, but it's just like, that's the thing. The guy's just so fucking hypocritical. He stands on nothing. He's never stood on nothing. All he's built his platform on is kissing the ass of Ethan Ralph. It's like, that's all he's done. Was build his platform kissing Ethan Ralph. Ethan Ralph doesn't like him anymore. Now all of a sudden, Hugin just hates fucking Ethan Ralph. He fucking hates Ethan Ralph. He fucking can't stand Ralph. And it's just like, bro, Hugin, you literally need to fucking just get some help. Get some actual values first before just flip-flopping. Because all he does is flip-flop from the casino, kill stream, all this. It's like, bro, Hugin, you are literally a flip-flopping BBB maniac. But anyways, now let's go ahead and cover the Bricks and Minifigs thing now. And yeah, all right, let's take this down. Stop screen. Share screen. All right. Bricks and Minifigs reiterates offer to make Mansell family whole in new response. So that's the thing. If they're going to, first of all, why not just drop the fucking lawsuit against the Mansell family and Michael Spen? That'd be a good fucking start. That'd probably be a great start. That'd be a great start to everything, if you just drop the fucking lawsuit, right? If you just drop the fucking lawsuit, like, yeah, maybe everything would be fine. Everything would be fine if you just drop the fucking lawsuit against Reckless Spend, but the problem is, it's like, you just get off into fucking suing people to oblivion. So let's go ahead and see this fucking update. Bricks and Minifigs has published its most detailed response to yet controversy surrounding Brian's Mansell Star Wars Lego collection, reiterated that attempts to make the family whole while disputing several claims that circulated throughout the saga. Oh yeah, slandering the YouTuber that was trying to make the family whole is making the family whole. Suing Brian in this lawsuit against Ben and naming him as a Jane Doe in the lawsuit. Oh yeah, that makes the family whole. Threatening them legally, saying that if you don't stop talking about this, we're gonna fucking ruin you financially. Oh yeah, that makes the family whole, right, guys? That makes the Bricks and Minifigs thing whole. That makes Brian Mansell's family whole. Is like just threatening to sue them and threatening to silence them and lie about giving the Legos back, but not actually giving the Legos back. According to the company, its investigation found a documentation valuing at the collection between $90,000 and $100,000, despite it disputing the widely cited $200,000 figure that has featured throughout the controversy. That's the thing. It actually wasn't you, Bricks Minifigs. It was CoffeeZilla. You just took CoffeeZilla's explanations and you're running with it because you know that you guys are in the fucking wrong. You guys know you're on the fucking wrong in this. You guys know y'all suck. You guys know you guys fucking stink. So that's why you guys are doing this. That's why now, because that's the thing. CoffeeZilla did his research, found that it was $95,000 to actually 107,000, and it could actually be more because Crystal didn't document everything, so it could actually be more. But it seems like you guys only found 95,000 to 100,000 supposedly. Bricks and minifigs also claim point of the sale record show around 61,000 worth of inventory that had been sold before the Salem store changed ownership, alleging that Brian Mansell received roughly 15,000 payments during that period. The company said it's still investigation any discrepancy that what was sold and was all mentally paid to the family. Bricks and minifigs said it remained willing to compensate the Mansell family for anything that could be shown for unaccountable force. It also said it should prepare to hand over any remaining Star Wars Lego item from the former sale, so regardless of whether ownership can be established. So they're basically waving the white flag and saying that they're going to hand over the Legos. So why are they continuing the lawsuit with reckless spend? Why are they even continuing this fucking lawsuit? And it seems like that's all they statement. So they didn't even mention the lawsuit with reckless spend. So let's get to conclusion and theories, right? So reckless spend, right? Reckless spend is being sued for taking up from the Mansell family. They tried to have this discussion and have this done already. They've already tried giving Bricks and Minifigs a chance to finally get the Legos back, do the math, do the investigation, and finally come to the truth. But instead, they kept calling the police on him, lying on him, slandering him. It's like, that's the thing. Bricks and Minifigs are still in the fucking wrong, regardless of if the $200,000 thing is not as accurate as we thought it was. But that's the thing. Bricks and Minifigs are still suing. Why are they even suing? Like, if they're going to get the Legos back, why the fuck are they even suing Brian in this lawsuit with reckless spend in the first place? Why are they even suing reckless spend? If they just gave the Legos back and dropped the fucking lawsuit, this whole controversy would be over. They could literally end this controversy today. Today. Right now. They could end the controversy right now. If all they have to do is just give the Legos back. Give the Legos back, and that's it. Give the Legos back. All right? Give the Legos back. Give them back. And stop suing Ben. Drop the lawsuit. Apologize for slandering the guy. Admit that the bomb threats were not from him and take full accountability. Then we can all move on. We can all move on. The controversy won't be as big. Y'all won't get as much hate, and y'all can move on. But guess what? You guys will not move on because you guys are just, pieces of fucking shit. And I feel like this is a cover just to make y'all look good in the public eye, because if you truly wanted to get the Legos back, you would have been giving them back before this whole thing even got as big as it did. So yeah, I don't believe Bricks and Minifigs is genuine, and I think they are pieces of fucking shit. So that's the end. So we already got through 2 topics throughout this fucking July 4th series, day 1 of celebrating 250 years of, America, which that's the thing. He usually can't celebrate because he's a British. He's not even American. He's a wannabe British American, but he'll never be American because he'll always be stuck with Britain. So now, let's go ahead and cover our next topic. Dan Blizerian. Dan Blizerian is attacking Nick Fuentes. He went on a podcast with Jake Shields, Owen Benjamins, and they've attacked Nick because they believe that Nick Fuentes is on the wrong side of the conversation. So let's go ahead and pull up this clip that I have. I actually got 2 clips. We get to cover Dan Blizerian talking about it, and Asmongold shitting on Dan. So we got, all that. So let's go ahead and cover it. Dan Blizerian, Jake Shields, and Owen Benjamin cry about Nick Fuentes, calling them low IQ anti-Semites. Some of the best guys I know have low IQ. Some of the biggest pieces of shit I've met have low IQ. High IQ guys are actually tricked really easily.
Strange. Because, for me, Yeah, that was one. It was the normalizing Epstein, like saying that he wasn't a pedophile. That was fucking like
And he had
inexcusable. Yeah, the coolest guy ever.
I'm gonna be real, right? I believe when Nick Fuentes was being pro Epstein that he was rage baiting, but however, I'll still disavow it because we're talking about a serious conversation with Epstein. And then you have one of our top, most influential guys on our side saying Epstein is cool. He had aura. It's like I never fucked with that. I'll actually, even though I don't like Dan Blizerian, I'll actually agree with him on that point because it's just like there's no normalizing Epstein. There's no normalizing the billionaire class corrupting our government and sex trafficking children and doing all this crazy shit just so we could, just so they can get more power. That's stupid. In fact, Nick is supposed to be a Catholic. He's supposed to be against that. He's supposed to be against child sacrifice and all that. And then the argument's like, it's like, bro, come on. I get you rage baiting. I get you don't really mean that. But even then, it's too soon. Like, maybe if this was a little after, like right when the Epstein thing's coming out, right when Thomas Massey's getting all the heat, you just want to rage bait and do all that. It's like, it hurts all of us, right? It hurts because that's the thing. I can't even say I like Nick Fuentes without people saying, oh, that means you like Epstein. It's like, no, I hate Epstein, but I like Nick. But that's the thing. I just can't get behind the whole Epstein thing. I just can't.
He had aura. That's what he said. Then, and I don't know if it was before or after, but the Charlie Kirk thing, saying anybody that doesn't agree with the Charlie Kirk narrative is a low IQ anti-Semite, like weaponizing that word to like fucking trash.
Well, okay, come on. That's just his opinion, and that's the thing. The Charlie Kirk thing, it's like, look, it's a big, huge rabbit hole, honestly, and that's the thing. Yes, the circumstances are there that, Charlie Kirk was flipping on Israel, and then he just fucking dies, but there's no 100% evidence yet that confirms Israel didn't do it. But however, the government it's a whole rabbit hole that I don't really want to get into because it's just a lot of things. Like there's a lot of different questions I have. Like they didn't release the footage of Tyler Robinson making a confession. They just said he made a confession, but didn't even release the footage. So it's a lot of weird shit with the whole Charlie Kirk thing. I'll just say, I don't know what's true with the Charlie Kirk thing because there's a lot of stupid shit going on. There's a lot of weird shit going on with that.
Anybody that questioned the government narrative, that's fucking crazy. Him even just saying low IQ anti-Semite was very fucking strange. Just like for me, I want all of it. I want the idiots talking about it. I want the smart people. I want everybody in between.
Well, that's the thing, right? When people use the term low IQ anti-Semite, that's the thing. Dan's right. Well, we need everybody smart, dumb. Like we need to educate everybody. But however, in order to win this fight, you need to actually be smart and know what you're talking about and not get stuff wrong. And not only that, but you can't just go on national television and say, I'm going to go exterminate these Israelis. I want to go kill all these Israelis. I want to go kill innocent Israelis. It's like, that's low IQ shit. And that shit that's going to hurt the movement. Like, you don't have to know everything, but you can't just sit there and do stupid shit and just expect someone like myself and Nick not to call you out and say, hey, you're doing stupid shit. You're doing retarded shit. You're doing dumb shit. You're doing shit that's not okay. You're doing shit that's hurting the movement. When you're going on national television and just being completely fucking lunatic and crazy, talking about, I gotta go get my gun and all that. It's like, bro, that hurts the fucking movement. That hurts you. That hurts us. That hurts everybody. Because that's the thing. The narrative the Zionists have been using is, every single person that criticizes Israel just hates Jews and wants to kill Jews, right? When you fucking criticize Israel and say the right things, and then add this rhetoric of, I want to kill these people, I want to kill these innocent Israelis, it's like, what do you think it makes us look? It makes us look like shit. Especially if we vote you in over Aaron. That's why I say I'm voting Aaron Baker over Dan Blizerian, because Aaron Baker is an actual congressman that calls out Israel, but doesn't have this hateful rhetoric that's going to make us all look stupid. He actually is reasonable that can actually get people to come on the anti-Israel side. Because you got to understand, people are not going to go on our side, especially if you just keep on saying, I got to get my gun and kill innocent Israelis. Because that's the thing. Israel claims that we all support terrorists and all that, right? And you saying like you want to kill innocent Israelis and doing all that gun shit is actually proving the fucking point. And that's why people like Nick and myself call you low IQ. It's not because, you're low IQ on like just the topic itself. It's because you're actually doing stupid shit that's hurting the fucking movement.
The best dudes I know have low IQs. They're like awesome guys too.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
I'm autistic, but that's the thing. You don't have to have a high IQ to understand that Dan Blizerian's rhetoric is not good for the movement. In fact, the 5-year-old can point this out and say, hey, maybe you shouldn't wish death and say you're going to get your gun and kill innocent Israelis. Maybe that hurts our movement. Even a 5-year-old knows that's stupid, bro. Like, you don't have to be smart to know what hurts the movement and what doesn't. And I'm going to be real. Saying that Epstein was cool and not a pedo, even as a rage bait, that hurts the movement. Saying you want to kill innocent Israelis, that also hurts the movement. Both things hurt the movement, dude. Both things hurt the fucking movement, and both of y'all should cut out with that idiotic shit. Stop saying Epstein's cool. Stop saying you're going to kill innocent Israelis, and maybe people actually take us seriously more. Maybe when we actually endorse candidates, they won't lose all the time, because it's not just Nick, Dan. It's all of you guys in the mix. Even myself said that's the thing. That's the thing. We're content creators. We like to make entertainment. We like to do rage bait. I understand it. I understand Nick's motive, but it's just like, you have to pick one. It's either the message or the content, right? Because you can't just fucking say Epstein's cool for content and for rage bait, but then also try to portray a serious message or call out the corruption. Because then it's like you hurt credibility. You hurt, like Nick kind of did hurt his credibility with the whole Epstein thing.
I don't care. Like, get the fucking word out.
I think you guys are some of the biggest pieces of shit I've ever met.
And pussies, too. Like, we need the fucking soldiers as well.
Yeah,
Like Marines, a lot of those guys might not be the fucking, 150 fucking IQ guys, but they'll go fucking kick a door in. Guys like Fuentes aren't going to kick any fucking doors.
Yeah, high IQ guys are actually easily tricked because they can conceive of these giant things and they get stuck in these patterns.
Yeah, but but when you kick a door, and you gotta learn who you're kicking the door of, why you're kicking the door. You can't just go in and kick people's doors down. You can't just go in and fucking, just fight. You gotta know what you're fighting for. You gotta know the truth of what you're fighting for. There's a lot of steps to do this mission. It's not just, let's just go say fuck Israel, fuck Israel, fuck Israel, fuck Israel, fuck. It's like, why fuck Israel? Why do we hate Israel? Why? Oh, wait, it's because they genocide and kill innocent people. So why are you going to say, I want to kill innocent Israelis if we hate Israel? Because, you got to understand the concept of the movement and why we hate Israel. Why don't we like Israel? Why don't we like this genocidal Zionist regime? Why don't we like, this stuff? Why don't we like, Israel? Why don't we like the Zionist power? We got to understand the why. We know the what, we know the who, but we don't know the why. And Dan doesn't even understand the why. Nick understands the why a little bit, but it's like we got to understand the why. In order for this mission to be successful, we have to understand the why. Why are we doing this? Why are we calling out Israel? It's because they're ruining America. They're trying to basically ruin religious freedoms in America. They bought out all of our politicians. They took over our foreign policy. They're arresting people for free speech and quote unquote anti-Semitism. That's the thing. There's a lot of stuff they're doing, and we got to point those things out. We can't just say fuck Israel, because everyone's going to ask why. That's the thing. When I say fuck Israel, I have a reason. It's because they are a genocidal state that has corrupted our government, corrupted our citizens, corrupted our laws, took our free speech away, arresting people over criticism of their government, ruined our government, bought out all of our politicians, made our politicians corrupted, and it's just like, that's the thing. That's the why. But that's the thing. Dan just doesn't understand that.
Where a low IQ guy can just be like, yeah, but an AI can't dig a hole, you know? And they just see it for what it is, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it was that, and then him fucking shitting on Casey Putsch and then endorsing a female Jewish Democrat. That was fucking crazy. So Casey Putsch, yeah, white Christian nationalist guy. I'm not like the, you know, white pride guy, but, you know, that's what Nick is supposedly about.
Right.
And he says that women are like the most worthless fucking things ever. All this stuff, right? So then, and also he says the shit about the Jews. It's like, this is totally uncorrelated to what you've been saying. And not to mention, 3 months ago, he went on every fucking major podcast in America and talked about the left is coming to kill us, you know, the blacks, this, that, you know, just all the typical fucking Fox News shit, not the crux of the fucking issue, which is Jewish supremacy. He just like didn't speak about that on any of these podcasts. Look, I get it. If you don't want to talk about that on every fucking podcast, it might get fucking boring. I get that. But to not mention it on any of the mainstream stuff, like he's been waiting his whole fucking life to get on Piers, to get on Tucker, get on fucking all these shows. Gets on all of them. Doesn't say a word about the most important fucking issue. And I also find it weird that he just like coordinated all of a sudden after he fucking went out and said anybody that doesn't accept the Charlie Kirk narrative is a fucking retard. All of a sudden just gets every fucking major podcast in America.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who was deplatformed from like actual banks and shit, they don't write it up in the New York Times. They're not like the most canceled man, and it's like this sleek photo. No. They don't say your name ever. You know what I mean?
Say your name exactly.
Yep.
So that's the thing. It's like but you gotta understand, Nick has been on those podcasts before Charlie Kirk was even passed away, right? Some of those podcasts. Like, yeah, he got on the Tucker right after. But he went on Candace while Charlie was still alive. He went on Candace. He went on Fresh and Fit. Like, he had major appearances. Like, people knew who Nick Fuentes was. While, in fact, Nick was literally Charlie's #1 rival. So it's like, yeah, of course, all these podcasts already knew who Nick was. Like, that's what they don't understand. It's like they already knew who Nick was, and not only that, but that's the thing too. Like, I don't believe Nick's a fad. I know a lot of people do, but I don't believe he's a fad because it's like, you would think he'd be more controlled. You wouldn't think he would be calling out the Trump administration and Israel the way he does. He wouldn't be exposing Palantir. He wouldn't be exposing Peter Thiel. He wouldn't be doing all this shit as a quote-unquote fad. So, yeah. So that's the end of that clip. Now let's see what Asmongold has to say about it, which that's the thing. Won't be real. Asmongold kind of has no right because Asmongold doesn't even call out the issue. Like, you don't even call out the
basically
issue. You're actually a traitorous shell. Like, I still like Asmongold's gaming coverage, but I'm gonna be real. His politics piss me off. He pisses me the fuck off because all he does is kiss up to the Trump administration, kisses up to the Jews, and he doesn't call them out at all. He's just a fucking kiss ass. He's a MAGA kiss ass piece of fucking shit that doesn't shower, and it pisses me off. Fuck you, Asmongold. You piece of shit. Fuck you. I fucking hate you, piece of shit.
This is all.
Fuck you, laughter. Fuck you, bitch. I hate you. I hate you, fucking chill.
So, like, Dan, this is basically a meeting. I would say a meeting of the minds, but
oh, like how you said you had a meeting to the White House. How the White House invited you. See, that's the thing. I don't like Dan, right? Because Dan's trying to hurt a candidate that I actually do like, Aaron Baker. But it doesn't mean I'm going to fucking just be pro-fucking Jewish and pro-fucking Zionist just because I feel like Dan's handling the movement wrong. See, here's the difference between me and Asmongold. I call out Dan's bullshit, but I could still say, hey, you know what? Israel still is a problem. We got to do something about them. We can't let them buy out all of our politicians. This guy just tells you, don't talk about it. Let Israel buy out all of our politicians. Let Israel destroy America. It's the gays that are worse than them. It's like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Like, whatever actually the opposite of that is. A meeting of the people. a meeting of the individuals. Dan Blizerian, Jake Shields, and Owen Benjamin cry about Nick Fuentes calling them low IQ Semites.
Yeah, that was.
And you are a low IQ Jewish Zionist sweeper. So yeah.
That was one. It was the normalizing Epstein, like saying that he wasn't a pedophile. That was fucking like.
And he had an aura.
Yeah, the coolest guy ever. He had an aura. That's what he said. Then, and I don't know if it was before or after.
It was obvious that Epstein was charismatic. Hitler was charismatic. That doesn't mean Hitler's charismatic. Mao was charismatic. Stalin was charismatic.
Look, you could talk about the good things. Like, that's the thing. I'll agree with Asmongold here. It's like you could talk about the good things with somebody, but however, when you are like with the Epstein thing, it's different. Epstein's a figure in this generation now. He just got exposed, right? And I'm not even trying to side with Dan here because I think Dan is fucking stupid, dumb. I think he fucking, hurts America First candidates and isn't really good on the issue. But it's just like making jokes about how cool Epstein was right as when he got exposed. It's like, that just ruins the fucking mission. That ruins the mission. That hurts the movement. That hurts us calling out the corrupted powers, and I don't support Nick doing that. Now, however, I know Nick was joking. I know he was rage baiting. I know that he didn't mean any harm of it. I know he doesn't truly support Epstein's acts and all that. But you're giving the media and you're giving the enemy a loaded gun by doing all that, especially right when Epstein was exposed. Now, if Nick was just to say, hey, Epstein has aura or his suit, his quarter zip looked nice, maybe I could say, you know what? Maybe that's reasonable. Maybe that's understandable. But, however, Nick went as far to say, going after 14-year-olds is not pedophile and all that. It's like, okay, whoa. Shut the fuck up. Stop saying that dumb shit. Stop. I don't care if it's rage bait. Stop. No. You took it way too far. Like the quarter zip thing, okay, cool. Okay, I'll give you a pass on that. Dior thing, okay, yeah, I'll give you the pass. But the 14-year-old thing, no. I'm going to stop you right there, Nick. I'm going to stop you right there. Nope. This is where you lost me. Nope. I hate to even side with Dan Blizerian on that. And I'm not trying to, but it's just like, I can never good consciously, even as a joke, defend saying, going after 14-year-olds is not pedophilia. 14 to 17-year-old victims is not. Like, no, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Somebody's charismatic isn't like Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah, was charismatic. Like, this is, oh my God, Obama, Mussolini, Zoran Mandami is charismatic. Like, this is, Jesus Christ.
There's a difference between saying someone's charismatic and then saying, 14 to 17-year-old is not pedophilia. It's like, there's a difference between that, right? If Nick just said the charismatic thing, I would agree with Asmongold, but it's just like, one thing I don't agree with Nick is like how far he took it. I think that's my take on the whole like Nick making Epstein jokes. It's like, I understand the point of Epstein being charismatic and saying that, he has aura because he's some of the stuff was cool, but still is a shitty person. And not only that, but going as far and saying, 14, 17 is not pedophile. It's like, shut the fuck up.
This is such a low IQ thing to say.
But the Charlie Kirk thing, saying anybody that doesn't agree with the Charlie Kirk narrative is a low IQ anti-Semite, like weaponizing that word to like fucking trash anybody that questioned the government narrative, that's fucking crazy. Him even just saying low IQ anti-Semite was very fucking strange. Just like, for me, I want all of it. I want the idiots talking about it. I want the smart people. I want everybody in between.
Because some of the best dudes I know have low IQs. They're like awesome guys too.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, I don't care. Like, get the fucking word out.
You guys are some of the biggest pieces of shit I've ever met.
And pussies too. Like, we need the fucking soldiers as well.
Yeah,
Like Marines, a lot of those guys might not be the fucking, 150 fucking IQ guys, but they'll go fucking kick a door in. You know, guys like Fuentes aren't going to kick any fucking doors.
Yeah, high IQ guys are actually easily tricked because they can conceive of these giant things and they get stuck in these patterns where a low IQ guy can just be like, yeah, but an AI can't dig a hole, you know, and they just see it for what it is, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, that part's like, look, that I'm shitting on kind of both sides a little bit. It's like, that's the thing. I like Nick. I like Jake Shields. I don't really like Dan mainly because of the whole Aaron Baker thing. So it's like, I'm not trying to be biased here, but it's just like, look, Epstein thing, I can't defend Nick on, but however, trying to say, low IQ, it's like, look, you don't have to be smart, but you have to know the facts, right? You don't have to be Einstein, but in order to be in this mission, in order to actually make change, you have to know what the fuck you're doing. You have to know what the fuck you're doing. You have to know what's right and wrong. You have to know if your information's accurate. You have to know if you're actually making valid points. You have to have a decently somewhat of an IQ. You have to have common sense, right? You can't just not lack common sense, because that's what they're basically saying. It's like, oh, you lack common sense and join the movement. All you gotta say is just fuck Israel. It's like, no, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. You have to put work into it. You have to say why Israel's bad. You have to go do the statistics. You have to go look into history, look at the previous wars, look into why wars are fought certain ways. Like, you have to actually do the research. You want to know why I like Myron Gaines? Because Myron Gaines actually does research into the Israel question and actually goes over why the wars are fought instead of just why Israel's bad. He goes over the beginning of why things started, and that's what you should do. Is like, why did things start? Why are we in the situation we're in? And how can we resolve it? You can't just say, fuck Israel, fuck Israel. It's like, you have to do more than just do that in order to be fully successful.
This is like a whole show.
By the way, smack the like button, peeps. Smack the like button if Hugin has a bald head. Make sure you guys slap the like button.
3 months ago, he went on every fucking major podcast in America and talked about the left is coming to kill us, you know, the blacks, just all the typical fucking Fox News shit, not the crux of the fucking issue, which is Jewish supremacy. He just didn't speak about that on any of these podcasts. Look, I get it. If you don't want to talk about that on every fucking podcast, it might get fucking boring. I get that. But to not mention it on any of the mainstream stuff,
that's the thing. He did. That's the thing, though. He did. Like, Nick did mention the Jewish supremacy problem, the Israel side. In fact, he talked about war jewelry on Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, Alex Jones. It's like, what are you talking about? He has. Nick has talked about the issue of war jewelry and how war jewelry is. That's Nick's whole shtick.
He's been waiting his whole fucking life to get on Piers, to get on Tucker.
They literally argued about the whole Holocaust issue on Pierce. And Nick even asked Pierce, hey, do you know what war jewelry is? Like, what the fuck are you on, Dan? You don't even know your facts. Have you even watched these shows you're bitching about? Like, at least do a reaction. Like, fire up a stream and do a reaction to these shows like I do before just acting like you know everything. Like, fuck.
Get on fucking all.
He's so dumb.
He is. He is so dumb. Like, he doesn't understand. Nick literally talked about war jewelry with Piers Morgan. They literally had a big debate over it. Are you stupid?
It's actually crazy how stupid he is.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who was deplatformed from actual banks and shit, they don't write it up in the New York Times. They're not like the most canceled man, and it's like this sleek photo. No,
you gotta understand.
They don't.
Benjamin, you don't have as much clout as Nick. Nick was already known. He was already canceled everywhere. That's why, and the New York Times was already covering him. He was already on the spotlight. And whenever Nick made the whole bank thing a big stink, New York Times covered it because he's the most canceled man in America. Duh.
say your name ever. You know what I mean?
Say your name exactly.
Yep.
What a group of individuals.
I don't actually hate Owen Benjamin. I don't even say I hate Dan. It's just Dan's just fucking making a big mistake with like all this fucking gun shit. I gotta go kill innocent Israelis. And then my biggest issue with Dan Blizerian is he's running in a district where there's already an America First candidate that was actually super close to beating Randy Fine, but now he's splitting the votes and making him fucking lose. And it's just like, you know, that's the thing. Dan doesn't know what he's doing. Dan just he fucking acts before he thinks and just says the stupidest shit and fucking hurts the movement. I feel like Dan Blizerian is more of a liability to the movement than an improvement.
What a special group of people. This is really like, I don't even know what to say about people like that. I really don't. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I have no idea why this is even happening, but that's it. I feel dumber for having watched this. I'm not surprised. I'm definitely not.
All right. So there's that. I'm going to give my final perspective on the whole Dan Blizerian versus Nick Fuentes thing. It's like, look. Yes, the only thing I could say that Dan Blizerian, Jake Shields, and Owen Benjamin are right on in this situation is the Epstein thing did go too far. I can't sit there and come on live show, and even though I do like Nick and all, I can't come on and say, hey, that was cool. No. Even if he was joking and all that you took it too far. That's just stupid. That's just dumb. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with those statements, and I'm not going to go along with it. But however, Nick is right about Dan being a low IQ anti-Semite, because all Dan does is come in, say, I want to get my gun and kill Israelis and all that. And not only that, but he's running as a anti-Israel congressman, right? And then he decides to fucking attack Nick Fuentes, for one, the number one guy that spreads, the Israel question and is one of the most influential people on the subject. That's one. Two, you pick a district where there's already an America First candidate running and already endorsed by James Fishbeck and other anti-Israel organizations. So all you're doing is just splitting the vote and making, because we need as many America First candidates in Congress as possible. We need as many of them to win as possible. And you coming in to where there's already one running, that's just hurting the chances, because there's so many districts, like the 7th district, 16th district, where you actually used to live, of where there's not an America First congressman running. So it's like, you should go to these other districts. Now it's kind of too late. And not only that, you haven't even raised a single buck for this campaign. So you're not going to win the campaign. You're not going to win against Randy Fine. All you're doing is just taking votes from Aaron Baker to make Randy Fine win. It's like, that's the thing. I think Dan Blizerian, maybe your intentions are good. I don't know. But I think all you've been doing is being a liability to this movement. That's all you've been. It's a liability to this fucking movement. That's it. All you've done is cause harm than good to the movement. And you need to that's the thing. If you want to continue being a part of this movement, you got to think what you're actually doing that's hurting the fucking movement, because you're being more of a liability than helping, bro. You're being more of a liability because all you're doing is talking about getting a gun, creating more infighting, starting shit with Nick, starting shit with Dave Smith, starting shit with the actual people we need to do this mission with. It's like you're starting shit with the wrong people. You're dividing the America First movement. You're going into congressional districts that already have America First candidates in them that are actually very qualified. All you're doing is just hurting the country more than helping. All you're doing is hurting the anti-Israel movement more than helping. All you're doing is giving the enemy more leverage than helping. Like, that's the thing. And that's why it's like I've always been critical of Dan Blizerian, because I think he's just been one big liability to the anti-Zionist movement. I think he has, to the Jewish supremacy movement. Because that's the thing. Yes, you are right. Jewish supremacy is a problem. We get that. We all get that. But how are we going to combat the problem is what we really need to think. Because just saying killing all Jews and killing Israelis and taking guns to go kill, it's like, that's not cool. That's just going to give the enemy more ammo to say that we are terrorists. We are anti-Semite terrorists. That gives into that narrative. It really does. And it's just like, bro, it's not good. It's not a good idea to run with that. So there's that segment. We got one more segment. Sneeko calling out Howard Lutnick for sitting next to the FIFA president. That's right. The FIFA president is sitting next to one of Jeffrey Epstein's best friends. And Sneeko decides to call it out. So we'll go ahead and cover that. And then after that, I guess we're good. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and cover that as a last final topic. Yeah. Screen.
Howard Lutnick, bro, he's Epstein. Howard Lutnick.
All right, so we'll go ahead and play the clip. So this is Sneeko at the World Cup, watching the World Cup, and then he sees Howard Lutnick sitting next to the FIFA president. And it's like, if y'all don't know who Howard Lutnick is, he's a representative of Trump's admin. I think he's like one of the people that represents Congress or something. And he's one of Trump's cabinet members. And he was also very good friends with Jeffrey Epstein, like very good friends, went to the island, one of the people in the files. And he's never had his job taken away. Trump's never had him investigated. And here he is right now, even though he's confirmed to help Epstein traffic young minors, sitting next to the FIFA World Cup president. This is our country, folks. People that are in bed with Epstein get to be sitting next to the FIFA president. So let's see Sneeko call this out. Let's play the clip, and then we'll give my perspective on it, and then we'll end the show.
Nick is next to the FIFA president. No, show the screen. Howard Lutnick. Bro.
Look at all the boos. That's the thing. Even the average everyday normies know that this is wrong. Even the average day normies are starting to get red-pilled that, hey, this shit's stupid. Howard Lutnick should not even be in power. He should not be in the FIFA office at all.
He's Epstein's best friend. Wallahi, bro. He was just sitting next to the FIFA president. He was Howard Lutnick. He's the Secretary of Commerce for Trump. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, they're all the same circle. Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, all these billionaires are all in the same circle.
Oh.
They may pretend to hate each other, but in reality, they all sweep for each other. They all back each other up. They all, they're all in it together, bro. They're all in it together. And that's just the facts, is they're all in it together. All of them are in it together. They're all in this fucking New World Order, World Jewelry, Jewish cabal together.
He was literally next door neighbors with Epstein. No, it's just underwear. It's my underwear. It's a coincidence. Yeah. But Howard Lutnick there? Are you kidding me? He's right next to the FIFA president.
I bet Jeffrey Epstein's there in the back as well.
He's there. He's in a disguise, bro. Howard Lutnick is next to the FIFA president.
So yeah, it's just really weird. That's the thing. Trump ran on getting justice for the Epstein files, exposing all the Epstein files, but then when he gets into power, he decides to make Epstein's best friend his secretary to Congress, his personal secretary to Congress, and he gives Howard Lutnick all these luxuries, all these privileges, and now Howard Lutnick's literally sitting next to the FIFA president, not in handcuffs, gets to go into these World Cup events, free pass, free visa, free VIP access, gets to sit next to the FIFA president. Like, it's just, the Epstein class is literally getting special treatment under Trump, the guy that said he's going to take him down. It's like, that's the thing. Trump is such a fucking treasonous traitor. The Trump administration are treasonous traitors, and that's the thing. Howard Lutnick said it just proves the point that our government is fucked. America needs a regime change really bad. And that's the thing. We just got to keep out there, keep voting for America First candidates, and just make sure that these people don't get in power, because this is what voting for Trump in 2024 got us to. Voting for the establishment, voting for the lesser two evils, got us to now. Howard Lutnick gets to sit, because that's the thing. No matter what, Howard Lutnick would still be there, right? Howard Lutnick would still be in power because Kamala, Trump, all these people serve the same master, and voting for these people over and over and over and over again just keeps us to where we are. That's why we got to keep voting for outsiders. If we see an outsider that is not in the billionaire class, in the administration, or any like form of like party like that, that's who we need to vote for. Is an outsider that has no connections to Epstein, no connections to Hollywood, no connections to mainstream companies, just an outside, everyday Joe that can win the votes. That's how America would be saved, in my opinion. That's my final thoughts on it, man. Let me know what y'all think in the chat down below. Thank y'all for joining me on this Ravencast. I'm a little tired because, woke up. I was supposed to do a stream at 6, interview with Adonis, but then I overslept. But I'm still doing this marathon where I have to stream every single day. So you know what? Let's fire up the stream, cover a few topics and all that. Thank y'all for watching the stream. Hopefully everyone's enjoyed tonight's show. If you like the stream, hit the like button. If you dislike the stream, hit the like button anyway. Since this dislike button's gone, it's been me, your boy, Lord Triton. I am signing out. By the way, Hugh is bald and gay. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Hit the like button, subscribe, and all that. So, YouTube. Thank you for everyone that showed up too. All right, let's see. Okay. The Dog Zero's live. Let's see. Peace, y'all.
Maybe I just tried too hard, or didn't try enough, but didn't know what I had. But I really messed it up this time, and I feel so bad. Ooh, I could really use a clue, baby. Tell me what to do before you make up your mind. 'Cause I'm pressing forward, but stuck on empty, and I'm running out of time. So leave me cold, leave me stranded, leave me broken, empty-handed, leave me nothing, or leave whatever. But baby, promise me you'll never leave me all alone. If you go, I gotta know. No sense thinking I'd be depending on a long lost love that walks out. You're never gonna leave me all alone. If you go, I gotta know. No sense thinking I'd be depending on a long lost love that walks out. You're never gonna leave me behind. Don't leave me behind. Remember June and all the crazy plans we made. A campfire on a sunset lit beach. It could be so great. But watch out when I open my mouth, 'cause I'm causing all the doubt, and I should practice what to say. 'Cause I barely made it up this time, and now killed me to pray. So leave me cold, leave me stranded, leave me broken, empty-handed, leave me nothing, I'll leave whatever. But baby, promise me you'll never leave me all alone. If you go, I gotta gotta know. No sense thinking I'd be depending on a long lost love that walked out. You're never gonna leave me behind. Don't leave me behind. So leave me cold, leave me stranded, leave me broken, empty-handed, leave me nothing, I'll leave whatever. But baby, promise me you'll never leave me all alone if you go. I gotta know, no sense thinking I'd be depending on a no last love that walked out. You're never gonna leave me all alone if you go. I gotta know, no sense thinking I'd be depending on a low last love that walked out. You're never gonna